we're gonna take everybody out of here, put them in here. They're gonna go on extended shifts. Hopefully that will be the only extended shifts that they're gonna actually gonna enforce. So this one is currently chilly. Excuse me. Okay, so a bit of research happening. And 35 steel for a beacon. 35 steel and 20 wood. So I guess we're gonna put the rest of our people on the steel here. Actually, I think... Oops. I think we actually need to take them off the steel pile and put them on the coal pile. How much is a gathering post again? 15 and 5. I'm gonna put them on the coal pile because we're gonna be running out of coal here very soon. Until all of these are done, which probably won't take too long. Extended shift, extended. Okay. Fast forward again a little bit. Level 2 danger zone. So we have 18 homeless. We could wait for another quest and we could just do 2 more huts then. And take the sick. Alright, so we have a few more raw foods coming in. There's our hunter's hut. The food. Alright, so we can do a new law. I don't know what to do next. Extra rations for the ill. I mean, we can do this and then we just have the ability. When we fix our food problem, maybe then we can just hit this a few times. I don't think I'm going to do overcrowding. We could probably afford the overcrowding if we started down the faith path. But I think the faith path is going to take a little bit longer. I think this is actually a little bit more important than maybe we're giving credit. I'm not sure how long this is going to take though. How long we have? Do we have 3 days to do this? It's taking forever to get steel. I kind of want to do House of Prayer. I really want to get hope up. The longer the hope stays down, I think it ends up affecting all the sickness and all that. We can also do child labor. I really don't want to have to do the child labor. Overcrowding, you'll have more sick people treated, but discontent, yeah. I mean, we could do that. I mean, eventually we'll be able to get discontent back down. But the game can trigger a fail state if you can't keep up with the discontent. And I feel like we're going to have a lot more discontent in our future before it gets better. We could do overcrowding now and do faith next. Or we can do faith now and do, because we're only going to be able to fit 10 more people if we hit overcrowding. And does overcrowding actually cost food? Capacity of medical service facilities is doubled. Using the extra capacity will cause discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Maybe we do, because this one is like super powerful. This one can be, if you actually can afford the food. I kind of want to put it off a little bit. I kind of want to do the House of Prayer. I'm just not sure if it's time to do that. And these are really cheap. If I went down this path, does it prevent me from going in this path? Mobilize. We need to mobilize and stand together to help people in need and protect them from troublemakers. It does prevent you. Okay. Faith or order. Okay. I definitely want to go this path. I'm comfortable with the faith side. I just know what to expect. I kind of want to do the House of Prayer. I think it's gonna help. Yeah, I'm taking a gamble here. I'm gonna do with I'm gonna go with House of Prayer first. Even though we can't build them yet. Actually, how long is it gonna take for the beacon? We could at least build one now. Wow. When it's actually this close, it can actually hit a lot of the houses. We can do one on either side. Or, once these are cleared, we could put another one right here. And so that one is touching all the houses on this side, so we could plop one like right here. Actually, we can kind of push it over a little bit. We can put this one right here and we'll get the entire ring. I think I'm going to do this side though, because most of the houses are going to be in this direction. I'm just going to put a second one over here, maybe. Alright, first house. It's going to take a little bit of time to research this anyway. I'm hoping in that time we can build up our steel. 35 steel is our target. So I think this is going to take longer than just today. Oh, man, we are in a crisis for food. I think I'm going to build another food because we're going to get more refugees and it's going to become a increasing problem. I feel good about that because we're going to be getting more people. We have one amputee now. Just happens. First amputation. To save this patient's life, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. Consider signing the care house or prosthetics law. I see. Thanks for the information. Do we bother building the 2 homes? I don't think so. How much wood do we need for the beacon? We need 20. Okay. They also want to build another one of those. What do we need for the resource gathering post? 15 and 5. We could do this one now. To help get ahead. What's over here? Steel, steam core, and steel. We could put a gathering post over here to help with the steel. And it kind of gives us the whole range. Right now I think wood is a little bit more important, but there's no other wood. Pretty much this pile, and then that's basically it. Into it. It's 5. It's an investment of 5. Banzo wants food, or Bozo want food. I don't know where I got the N from. Hey, thanks for following Bozo want food. I appreciate that. Cool. You are number 25. You are the 25th. I think you're the 25th. Let me refresh this page. All right, I have a button for that. I believe that's number 25 now. 24. You're 24. Huh. Interesting. So you're number 24. Cool. Congratulations, number 24. Oh, thank you. I worked really hard on the quality. Going for a dreary lighting today too. This is very stressful. I'm super stressed to get this for us to not actually die. I really want to do a first try. I already have a list of things I want to do differently. People are hungry. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now, and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want you to do something. We're not gonna be able to feed everybody, not that quickly. We'll have 3 days to feed everyone and stockpile 44. That's not happening. Discontent will rise slightly. I think we're just gonna have to take that little hit. That is not slight, that's a lot. In the normal mode, it's half that amount, so that is double for hard. Ooh. Get used to these numbers. 90%. So yep, we were right. We didn't finish the first day. Oh, you bought Frostpunk today? Took me 3 tries to do it. It's hard to do base management when you don't know what future builds are. Yeah, I don't have any builds structures or orders in mind at all, actually. We have 40, almost 50 hours in this game, playing all the other expansions and things. So we definitely have some experience, but we definitely make a lot of dumb choices. I could say novice choices, since that is our name. Sometimes we're the professor, sometimes we're the novice. The chat is mostly the professor. Last Autumn is super fun. I think that one was one of the most fun I had. And we are hitting the sermon right now. That's so little. Last Autumn, I actually had a lot of fun with Last Autumn. You have boats and stuff. It's good. It's an interesting balance for resource management, and you have like a really small area. I'm assuming you played through the main campaign. The main campaign is absolutely fantastic. It's super, super, super good. I don't think I could have been more happy with the main storyline. I've been telling all my buddies, like, I can't believe how long I've waited to not play Frostpunk. How have I waited this long to play Frostpunk? It's so good. We need food, like, right now. We need so much food right now. Humble Bundle, every once in a while, has the Season Pass on sale. I picked it up for, I think, $15 or like $14 or something like that. And they're gonna have another expansion actually on the, what is it called? On the Edge, I think it's called. It's gonna be at some point towards the end of summer, I suspect. Just got through the like 4th tech line and everything is going well. Just took a break since I've played it for 5 hours straight. Nice. Yeah, the fifth tech level is pretty cool. Yeah, the main campaign, I kept on finding myself like on one end, I don't want to say bored, but kind of like not I don't know. I've been trying to like word this in my own head for a while now. Not super, I found myself not stressing out in the main campaign. And then like an hour later, I'm ridiculously stressed out. And like the main campaign just like fluctuates so much, and I thought that was such a beautiful outcome. Going through the motions. No, not like that. I mean, it's like a wave, you know? You ride the wave, and then you're just kind of waiting for the wave to happen, and then you're hitting the wave, and then the second half of it, my emotions were very different. I was just like immediately stressed out, and then I felt like I had a handle on things, and then it just got even more intense. How many law trees are there, like faith and order? There is the tech tree, I'm sorry, not the tech tree. You have the adaption. The expansions call this a little bit different. I think for the most part they're adaption. I think Autumn, it was called something else, maybe? I might be lying. And then Purpose is in the newer expansions. You kind of can go up or you can go down. And it's Faith or Order, I believe. Nadia Kimmy actually just mentioned it. Faith or Order, yeah. So Order is down here and Faith is up here. I haven't even tried Order yet. I've just been doing faith. I kind of started with faith, and I've just been kind of hesitant to do order, just because I'm starting to feel comfortable with knowing what tools I have available to me. I think those are the only 2 different trees. And each of the expansions change some of the elements in here, and some of the expansions kind of pick stuff for you when you start. Kind of trip you up a little bit. How stressed I get, yeah. Yeah, the last one, oh man, we played The Fall of Winterhome. We just finished that one last night. The Fall of Winterhome, that one was super, super, super hard. That one was really, really good. That was probably my favorite, but I actually would recommend playing through the main story last autumn and then play The Fall of Winterhome. So you can get a little bit more experience. You feel like, so you can feel like you can go, oh, well, next time I'll do this, next time I'll do that. So many people are sick. So sick. Alright, I guess I'm gonna take... Oh, we can't put engineers in there, can we? No. Alright, let's take 2... We need to max out food. We have 1 person doing the cooking. 1, 2, 3. Let's put engineer in there, engineer in here, and we desperately need food. So we just need 1 more person in there. Okay. Min-maxing our distribution. So for the House of Prayer, 30 wood. So the next thing we're going to be building is actually going to be the beacon, 20 and 35. Since we're already there pretty much on the wood, I'm going to move the 2 engineers out of here. Engineers have higher performance than workers. I'm going to move a few extra there. Alright. Maybe this will be the balance to get 35 and 20. I'm not sure what we're going to research next. I really want to start going through... I think faster gathering is going to be... I think that's what we do. I want to do faster gathering, and we actually should probably start thinking about sawmill. Maybe not sawmill, actually. Oh, wait. So, hold on. Can we actually get these trees with the sawmill? Is that even possible? Is there actually no use for the sawmill? Who's got to be the hardest resource to manage in this game? Sub to your YouTube. Oh, cool. We'll watch playthrough tomorrow while I work. Nice. Cool. Thanks for the support. I'm kind of releasing the videos on a pretty large delay at this point. So the streams last night aren't going to air until like mid-June, just so you know. I think I'm trying to I'm still kind of experimenting with the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to have every day I release 1 video to kind of stay relevant on YouTube. I don't know, I'm just experimenting. You can on Twitch though watch the previous video if you want to watch more recent things. But I do have the main campaign and last autumn. I think last autumn is completely up on YouTube if that's one you're interested in. But I don't think the Fall of Winterhome is still like kind of progressing through. Okay, so you can use a sawmill for that. Thank you, Nadia Kemi. Alright, so then the sawmill isn't a complete waste, but it is kind of a waste. How much wood do we have available? Not a lot, so 134 and 35. Okay. So this is going to be cleared up really, really soon. How expensive is tier 1? 50 wood. I almost want to do... It feels like a waste to do sawmill, because I have no intention of continuing to do sawmill. I feel like the it's cheaper in the long run to rush the wall drill. Because otherwise, like the sawmill has like a an end date or an expiration. Like once you get the sawmill, I don't want to waste 10, but maybe that's kind of what we need to do. 50 wood is a lot of power early in the early game. How much coal do we have available? Oh, we have lots of coal. Not that we have a careless amount of coal where we don't have to really think about coal, but we have enough coal for a little while now. Faster gathering, I think is going to be first, and then sawmill, so we can do the trees. And because we have a lot of wood left over here, right? Yeah, 134. That's going to give us a bit of time. All right, so let's do faster gathering. That's going to help everything. Okay. So that's the next research. All right, so we won't be able to make the beacon for a little while. Oh, I need to make this one a longer shift. That's why our discontent's so high. I think we get a quest like over here. The game starts yelling at us when we have this much discontent. The game's like, hey, you need to tone it down a little bit. So we have a little bit of food. We still have a lot of starving people. I know for Hunter's Gear, maybe we should have done this. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna switch to Hunter's Gear. We need food. I kind of want to rush food in a way. I want to do this. Hunting tactics, so we can get people back. And then flying hunters. That's the order, I think, for food. When we get tier 1. We have a few things to do before tier 1. Oh, it's gonna drop by 2 levels soon. Does that mean we actually need to be doing heating? This is tough. This one's really, really tough. So the weather is more severe on the harder difficulty. So, which means that we just need to up all the other, like, sort of side infrastructures. So, like, our medical, we need to increase. We need to make sure we have enough food so people don't get sick from being hungry. Those sort of things, I guess. All right. I think one person working in the cookhouse, though, is perfect. And on the shorter shift. I think, yeah, I think we're making decent choices so far. Let's go ahead and do danger level, speed level 2. Oh, look at that! It's almost exactly balanced. Look at that. I just made up some ideas, and it turned out to work. All right, so we're gonna have the sawmill stuff over there. What is that symbol? Oh, the little mountain. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna put it over here. The least amount of wood required to build a road. Alright, so now we can de-escalate the steel income. We still need steel, we just don't need as much of it, like, right now. Somebody just got sick. Alright, a little bit more wood. Can we actually destroy any wood right now? We don't need wood right there. We actually don't need wood all the way up. Let's get rid of that wood. Yeah, we don't need any wood. Oh, we don't need any of this wood, actually. Okay. A little bit of extra wood here. Don't need that. Okay. Actually don't need all the wood there. Up to that corner. Okay, we found 13 wood out of the starting wood, or starting rows that the game started us with. Okay. More sick beds needed. How do efficiencies work? Like if I had 2 mines, is it better to have 5 or 10 in both, or just 1? Or just 1, 10, 10? So it's directly correlated to I'll show you actually just in a moment. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. Believe me, I'm really concerned about it too. They're asking you to address the problem. I do not want to build another medical post here, but we might have to. Promise the sick will be treated. We're definitely not going to be doing that one. Building another medical post? My limit is 4. But we can build another one. 25 wood. Which means we definitely need to do the sawmill. Alright, we can at least make a little bit of a promise. So this is what you actually can look at. Oh, it's not a work day, so I can't actually show you. Another group arrives. More than a dozen of our people have reached the city. They are exhausted and frozen to the bone. They urge you to set up the beacon. We're working on it. Why haven't you built it already? It's a miracle we found the way at all. I see. Okay. So what you want to look at are these right here. Actually, these work. Lied to the people. So as you change the numbers here, it'll show you the distribution right here. So if I took these 2 people out and add them here, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time to actually like update. It's like this one just went to 1.2 to 1.8. So that basically kind of tells you. So if you put in all your people in there, like a 10 out of 10, that's way too many people. I don't need that many people in there. Oh right, more people just came. We have 5 more people. Oh my goodness. Oh, that could actually be the scouts. People are still working for 1 more hour. Okay. But it's not like a set rate. So you can see right here, it's 80%. And the reason why it's 80% is because the engineers are in there. Meanwhile, this one is at 30%. And you can actually see if you hover over, 1 employee delivers 10%. Base efficiency is such. So work just ended, so they all just left. So the workers have less efficiency than engineers. So you can put engineers in there and you'll get a little bit extra efficiency. Except for the hunter huts, because they only require workers, so you don't get a bonus for engineers. And unless you do the law, which allows like either party. Oh man, I completely forgot about the House of Faith. The Rebirth of Faith. So some people have started to visit the House of Prayer. That's the name of the building. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. I'm glad to hear it. What is the requirement for 30 and 10? Alright, so I actually have 2 days left to do that. I might kind of put that on a hold a little bit longer. Yeah. Okay. Alright, answer that question. Cool. Alright, so we can introduce a new law. Evening prayers. Definitely want to do evening prayers. We can't use it right now, but it'll give us some power later. I call this having dinner with everybody, or the dinner, because it has like candles. Let's think of like candlelit dinners for some reason. Beacon built. We're no longer lost in blinds. Look at that. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Frostland. Okay. And that being said, oh, now we can see when the next group are going to be coming in. Cool. At least 5 citizens must be available. We're going to take it out of the steel pile. We definitely need steel, but we don't need steel as much as wood. So I don't want to take away from our wood income. And wow, 40 wood? All right, I guess we don't have to worry about that for a little while. I think we can do, I don't know, is it, the sooner we do scouts, I think the better. Especially since on, oh, yeah, we have to get to the trail bends. All right, we actually need to rush scouts. Okay, so as soon as we get 40 wood, we need to make a scout group. Okay. And we also have to make a medical post. How much wood? It's going down a little bit. So the next one we're gonna do is a sawmill so that we don't just run out of wood. $27.5. So this one still has quite a bit of wood left. Not quite a bit, but an amount. An amount more. When the wood here is done, we're gonna build another gathering post like right here-ish. The game lets us. Do your gathering posts give you steam cores, or did I see that wrong? No, you saw that correctly. This is actually because of the expansion. The refugees, it's a scenario. Each expansion is basically kind of like a scenario. In this one, you stumble across a generator as like you actually start as a refugee, and there's 4 steam cores. There's 2 right here, and there's another 2 back here. So there's 4 in total. In the beginning of this scenario, so you can use the gathering post to actually gather the steam cores from there. You can also find steam cores when you're out scouting about. Sometimes you can kind of come across them, and then your people will hold them until you send them back home. And the first steam core we're going to use is going to be on the infirmary, because you can see the health just keeps piling up. And I think we might need to do overcrowded before this gets way out of hand. As it is, it's already pretty out of hands. In fact, before the cold hits, I think I'm going to build another home. It's going to take us a little bit further from our 40 wood goal, but I think it might help prevent 10 people from getting sick through the nights. Yeah, those snow pits. Yep, I haven't made the cemetery versus snow pit commitment yet. So it's not on by default in this expansion. I think it's under people. Okay, let's go ahead and do danger fast forward speed level 2. Got 100 people. So we're doing soup, which gives us 5 from 2. Our income is 1326. So that means every 13. So 13 times 5. Taking out my calculator here. That would be 65. My brain gave me the answer first. I've not done snow pits yet. Can't wait to see the organ transplants. Yeah. One of the expansions, I think it was actually, yeah, it was in the Fall of Winter Home. For the first time I had snow pits, and it was in the heat zone, and I turned on the organ thing because I had so many sick people. Yeah. Nadia Kemi, you remember. People are eating raw food. That's a waste. Here we go. Well, we can't do anything about the coals right now. Oh, we can do overdrive. Oh, we can do overdrive. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. So we could have done heaters, which would help in the workplaces. Okay, so reevaluating our decisions so far. What are some things we could have done a little bit differently? I know right now, the beacon we could have done a little bit earlier at the sacrifice of getting more sick people. I don't think I like that. I think our timing to beacon was good. Zombies. No, the heat zone, if you leave the snow pit in the heat zone, it's actually in the description. An adaption, corpse disposal. You have to dig a snow pit. It's actually in this. A pit dug in the snow where corpses can be dumped. Very tactically described. Must be placed outside of any heat zone so bodies don't rot. And rot causes sickness. Unfortunately, no zombies. It's not like they are billions or something. We just get swarms. Swarms of people. This isn't up yet. To combat the discontent. We're just gonna have to write it out. We're gonna have to write it out, folks. A little less starving. That's good. So in 7 hours, we're gonna have 15 more people. I really want to do... Oh, look. We can build a group of scouts. So before they get sick, let's turn them into scouts. All right. We're going to go to the trail band immediately. We have children to save. Speaking of, we have 25 kids that could be put to work. All right, gathering post has been depleted. It's going to give us a little bit more resources back. And gathering post needs 15 and 5. And we're going to put it over the coal. Well, we're about to run out of coal. We're going to run out of coal tonight. One of our people has just died. Sickness, accidents, and deadly colds will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. Open the book of laws. People can take care of it themselves. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to hit that one right now because we're kind of locked in on a time gate for our law book. So I guess we're gonna do Snow Pit because it's free. I feel a little less bad about the first leader in the Fall of Winter Home expansion. Oh my goodness, look at all the events. Alright, frostbite. One of our people has just become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if people have to work in such colds. I see. Can't do anything about it. A frightened patient. One of our people is facing death, but he's still refusing amputation. He keeps screaming that he doesn't want anyone to touch his leg, and he won't change his mind, even though gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. Cut off his leg. Let him be. This person will probably die. We're just gonna cut off his leg. Sorry, dude. I'm really sorry. So that is gonna make 3 disabled. Things about to get fun. Yeah, you're right about that. Do have spare workers. And it's a work day. Oh my goodness, fool me. Foolish me. So these engineers, they're not from the medical posts. Okay. These engineers... we don't actually have a great place to put them. I'm gonna put 4 of them in the gathering post so that we can put... It kind of sucks to put workers on a little plot of land like this. It's so cold out here. Gotta do what we gotta do. It's for the greater good. The greater good. There's so many sick people. Alright. Hunter's Gear research. Okay, so that's gonna help a bit with the food. So Hunter's Gear is gonna increase our food income by, looks like by 4? Actually by 5. Is there a use for gathering posts when you get into the mid-game? Oh, gathering posts, oh definitely. one of the best resources for coal is actually the coal thumper. What's interesting about the coal thumper is that it creates a pile in front of it, and that's where you're going to use gathering posts for. Initially, I kind of thought that gathering posts were only for those little plots of debris, but its big use is the coal thumper. Okay, so the next thing is going to be Steam Hub. Is 20 steel? I thought it was 10. Use them for the kids to collect. It is considered a dangerous activity. And that does kind of encourage a few events that can occur. So we can do Steam Hub. I'm inclined to do heaters. We can't afford the coal anyway. But I'm inclined to do the heaters. I think I'm gonna do Steam Hub first because there's a little bit more overlap. But heaters are free to install. Basically every building just has heaters. And steel is on a pretty short supply. I guess I'm gonna do heaters. It's more of a long-term use that we can still use right now. I guess we're gonna do heaters. Alright, so 15 and 5. Oh good, we can put a gathering post right here. This is gonna be just for coal. Oh, that's where our extra workers came from. Gotcha. Heaters for the doctors. Yeah, heaters for the doctors, and it'll increase this level by 1. Which will just bring it to cold, which is better than very cold. Very cold is very dangerous. Cold is pretty dangerous too. I mean, this is probably not a good choice here, but we just really need wood. I don't think we really have much of a choice. Well, we could do one less there. Make sure these are all maxed out in food. Or not food. Well, maxed out in food, but maxed out in workers, I meant to say. Our coal is so bad. So we have the extended shift here. Discontent is terrible. We have 1 day, 16 hours left to build the second house of prayer. And people dying is about the worst thing to have for discontent. Yeah, all the red icons, I know. And all the homeless too. Oh my goodness. People are hungry. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now, and they fear that soon they'll begin to starve. They want to do something. Can't really address it right now. We literally just can't address it. Here's more helping hands. This group is caught in a vicious blizzard. The lights of our beacon led them safely through the worst of it. Oh, good. Gives us 18 people. So many homeless people. The homeless is really what freaks me out a little bit. So now we have all of this help and absolutely no resources whatsoever to spend to put all of these people on. It's the wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here we go. A little bit more coal coming in. All right, so I'm gonna take a few people off of the job to make the other. Oh, I guess it's not gonna matter here in a moment. About 50% of our overdrive. People keep dying. So what can we do? What can we do next time? What can we do next time? Oh, now the meter's here. I guess when you hit 50%, the little meter shows up. Alright, so we have 10 more wood. What's our next, like, I guess, commitment for wood? It might be the House of Prayer. We can probably tone down our steel. Keep this one maxed out. Let's actually take 2 of our engineers out of there, put them in there. Guess we'll just leave our people in there right now. Sending people out to these piles is like basically sending them to their death. Yeah, child labor. At least that's what you're doing. 0 hours left. We're about to run out of coal. Yeah. Child labor might be a change in the early game. Let's watch our temperature go down. Generator is shutting down. This is level 1, so level 1 will be going away. Look at the depth, the deep red. What are we researching? Heaters. This is tough. The weather really makes this even worse. So child labor, that's definitely a thing. Do we hold off on homes? Maybe the House of Prayer we don't do. Need to get it sorted before the first -60, definitely. But you still get more people. I think the homelessness is kind of contributing to the sick. And then the next thing that's contributing to the sick is food. And I guess if we didn't build all those homes, we could have built one more hunter's hut. Sir, people are extremely discontent with your rule. A revolt could break out against you at any moment. What should we do? We don't have any faith keepers, so we can't do that. We must hold on for a couple more days. We have 2 days to lower discontent. That's it a lot, and this is the only power we have is sermon, and it only adds hope. So we're not going to be able to do that. Something went bad. That is right. That half-orc wizard. You are absolutely right. So we're playing on hard, and we're playing the refugees. And I believe the refugees is hard by default. So playing the refugees on hard is just hard. Seems obvious, but it's very true. So our generator is shutting down because we have no coal. We have our gathering post here. This just finished. This is our coal right here. People are dying. Discontent is continuing. It's maxed out. That's what you want to do, right? You want your discontent to be maxed out. Trail bends. We have arrived at the trail bend. Save our people. Excuse me. A series of gentle rolling hills begins here. There's a makeshift camp and nestled between 2 of them. Let's explore. Lost and found. A shallow depression by the bend shelters a group of our people. Their supplies fell into an ice crevasse, and they made camp here to wait for help. The lost children wandered into the camp a few days ago. They're lucky we found them before they all starved. Well, at least we found them before they did. The scouts will set out towards our city and bring the refugees quickly, safely with them. Let's see, 15 children, 4 engineers. Okay, so we're obviously gonna escort them. Oh, and I love pointing this out. I heard a follow noise. Thank you for following that half orc wizard. That's like hard for me to pronounce. I appreciate the follow. Yeah. So I'm usually sometimes I've been kind of turning into the professor for Frostpunk, but I'm currently the novice. This is hard. Setting it to hard definitely makes it hard. So this is one thing I love pointing out. When you are on a menu, so if I click on this, it brings up a little menu, and you have this like little X here. Do y'all notice that this is the letter X? You started streaming it a couple days ago. This game's difficult. It is challenging. It is definitely challenging. Do you all notice this letter X? To me, this looks like a X that has fallen over. This game is such a downer The X is even on its side. The X is even laying down. That's how detailed, that's how focused the developers were on this game. Alright, so child labor laws. Definitely up there. I thought the Fall of Winter Home was going to be the most challenging one, and it was really hard. It took us 3 attempts to actually finish the Fall of Winter Home. This one's definitely up there and challenging. I'm a little bit 50%, I don't know what went wrong, and 50% we could try a few things. There's a lot of details in this game. It's really cool. Like the since this is probably not gonna work out well, they're designed for how the buildings all layer in each other. It's so cool. And people walk through the snow and stuff. I feel a little like right now, like it's already out of control. So when can we hit overdrive? I'm not sure what allows us to actually hit overdrive. That's preventing us right now. Alright, so 2 people out of there. Go 9. Let's take all these poor people out of the... just the pile. Let's take 1 person out of there, put that person in the coal pile. Let's take 2 people out of that pile, put them in the steel, so that we're not just ignoring steel, but keeping it fairly low. I mean, they're both freezing, pretty much. This one's more freezing. How do we... I guess it's just not enough heat. Yeah, we can't do level 2. Oh, that's right. We were doing overdrive. That's how we got the temperature for the medical post working. Alright, they have returned. The scouts have returned. Let's send them back out. Damaged snowcats. A vehicle wrecked by an explosion. There are parts scattered around it. Ooh, we probably need... This is probably refugees. I mean, more people will be helpful. A House of Prayer is on its last day. Just notice that, the little red bar. Damaged snowcat. I guess we're going to send them out that way to get some materials. So we need 30 wood for the House of Prayer. That is probably one of our best bets to get the deception down. Deception, I keep saying that. The discontent down. Build the pit, that might save you. Yeah, is that causing rotting? I mean, the cemetery would be a little bit better. No risk of disease. Cemetery, hope will rise slightly, no risk of disease. Each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours. You have established a cemetery. I thought one of these made deaths a little less daunting. Oh, that's the ceremonial funerals. Okay. Alright, corpse disposal. I guess we're just gonna do this one just so we can save our resources. Discontent is too high. I can't do corpse disposal. I have to hit cemetery. 10 wood. We can afford the wood, it's just kind of postponing. Alright, that definitely helped with our hope. Let's place it kind of far. I don't know, wasted wood for the road, so I guess we're just gonna plop it. Oh, we can put it right here. Ah, still a long road. It's such a waste of wood. Alright. I guess we're just gonna have to do it this way. Here's more survivors. Missing children found. Captain, the group from the trail band has reached our city. The missing children are amongst them. Their parents are beside themselves with joy. We could have used those extra children. 38 more people. Build the pit. That might save you. That's after. Damn. So 4 more engineers. I'm in favor of trading 4 workers for engineers, and the other workers can go to the pile, the unsheltered pile. Alright, so we definitely need the House of Prayer. This is just going to encourage the discontent. Man, I really wish we had more food. We need how much wood for Hunter's Hut? 20. That's just gonna further distance ourselves from it, from the House of Prayer. 21 hours, so we'll have a few more hours tomorrow morning. We could force people to work overnight. Is this one in range of the wood? Yeah. It's already extending our shift. We can turn the extended shift off of that one. This one should actually be a longer shift. Another frostbite. Severe frostbite, limb amputated. Losing a limb. I see. We will eventually be able to do something, but right now we just can't do anything. How do we prioritize? What do we prioritize? Nothing but sick people. Lots of homeless people. What about what's next in the House of Prayer? We have evening prayers, which we can't afford anyway. Alright, this tree is basically donezo right now. I think we're gonna have to do the children thing. Yep. In 13 hours we'll sign the child labor. I'm not sure. I mean, we're already in the discontent. We could do the 24 hours so we can get wood overnight. Alright, so we're at 22 wood. Right, it's 30. And this is the last of our wood right now, too. After this wood, it's it. So the technology tree, we're kind of being forced to do the sawmill. At least our generator won't shut off overnight. Dunzo. Research is almost done. At least it'll finish before today is over. This is so rough. Oh, why did I agree to do hard mode? This is awful. Alright, sawmill. I hate sawmill. I don't like sawmill at all. It was like such a waste. Of course, we just had to spend wood to make the sawmill. That's a nice discontent drop. Convince people to trust you again. We have 1 day under 75. And so this gives us, I think, 10% back. I think it's the only one that's extended. Yeah, it's the only one that's extended. One engineer kind of wasted right now. Just checked out your sawmill, feed it to the people. I just checked out your YouTube series. Welcome to Digital Fray. Yep, rendering every night. I'm actually building a new PC tonight, specifically for rendering. I have an older computer right now I'm using for rendering. It's like got an old i7 4770K. If you're into computer things, nerd out on computer parts. Urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people have gathered to protest. The number of the untreated sick keeps rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. The general public seems to not understand how this game works, and they're not patient. They demand that you take action. I'll open a medical post right away, which that's not going to happen. 2 days is a good amount of time. You have 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick. 1/3 of the sick out of 50 is far too many. And we don't have any faith keepers, so we can't force them. And right now we can't afford discontent to continue to rise. So I guess we're just going to be forcing our hands with the medical post. 25 wood. So we not only have to build another medical post, which is 25 wood, we also have to spend wood on researching the sawmill. And I think there's 60 wood left. So I think we can do it. So I guess we're going to do this one because our discontent is up.